So working with rib flare is difficult with some clients because when you have them depress their ribs, it pulls the head forward. So from the side, if I'm looking at somebody with rib flare and I just want to do a basic rib depression cue, watch how my shoulders roll forward, my head moves with it. That's because the mid-spine has lost its mobility with extension, like that, and we're kind of here. So when my ribs are up, this is the ribs of the C shape of the mid-spine. If I depress the ribs, it moves the head and collarbone, shoulder blades forward. So it's kind of the C shape we want to open up. Now opening up is difficult because it takes some traction of the ribs while getting extension of the mid-spine. Because if I just do mid-spine or thoracic extension, as you'll notice a lot of people doing foam roller extensions, and even some of my videos, because mine's pretty rough as well, going back into extensions, the ribs come with it. So oftentimes it's hard to traction those ribs down while we get a nice opening of tissues through the neck and sternum area. So I've developed a way to get some traction against those ribs as we practice thoracic extension. And I would probably do these after some foam rolling thoracic extensions. But basically what we're gonna do is press the ribs into the floor and then use your feet to kind of walk up and press over your ribs. So if I'm here, my ribs are kind of tilted with me. I want to use traction against the floor to lock the ribs to the floor. And notice it's a lot harder to lift my head here than it is here. But I'm feeling all that in the mid-spine, or actually low mid-spine, upper lumbar area, which is not where I want to lift my head from. So where I want to lift my head from is mid-spine and neck. So I'm tractioning my ribs down, and then I can use a block to sneak up, and notice I can't get my head under there because my ribs are locked down. Well, to open that traction up, I'm going to press the ribs in and force my head up. Right now I'm feeling an opening in my neck and my ribs are pressed into the floor, so I'm getting a big opening in the front rib cage too. Again, the front of that C shape is opening up. So as I get better, breathing obviously, keeping the ribs traction, not doing this, lifting those ribs up, feeling it in the low back, keep those ribs pressed and traction. And you can hold here and take some deep breaths into that front opening. You can have arm movements against the traction. I'll make videos for that later. And then you can also go up in height, or even eventually keeping that rib traction there. You can use your arms to kind of help stabilize that traction. Again, different heights. If you really need to regress, again, press those ribs in, use the smallest block. You don't even have to have an implement though. You can just traction the ribs and try to pull this stuff long, that C shape long. Again, breathing the whole time, play with some different variations of it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Head over to Anthroproach on Instagram at Anthroproach. DM us there with other questions as well, and follow some of these links at the end of this video. Thanks.